So I started teaching in 1990. I moved back to San Diego, and at the school I was at, probably about 97, they started saying I had no experience with PLCs. And so, probably for the first 3 years, I thought PLCs were a time for me to have delicious snacks and hang with my friends. And I'm being very honest with you. And it wasn't just me, it was the entire, so I totally remember saying the letters PLC, but I wasn't really sure what we were supposed to do there.
Yes.
So I'm going to be transparent. I think we have other people that might feel like we're doing a PLC, but we all have our own definition, and sometimes it might be a little watered down.
A lot of drift can
Yeah.
happen. It's kind of like playing the telephone game, where you whisper a message into one person's ear and then they keep whispering all around the circle. And by the time it comes back to you, it bears little resemblance to what your original message was. And I think in some cases, that's what's happened with professional learning communities. Anything that is a meeting in some places has been labeled a professional learning community. And what we're here for today, especially, is to really kind of reset what it is that looks like. Going all the way back to the 1960s, although they didn't have the term for it at the time, the researchers from the very beginning understood that we can build some collective efficacy into what happens in our professional learning communities. And Albert Bandura talked about collective efficacy, that shared belief that a group has that they can execute the course of action. I love that. Required to produce given levels of attainment. It's a group of people. This group believes in their abilities. And this group does whatever it takes to be able to achieve their goal. And I think what's really important about this is that collective teacher efficacy is not rah, go team, we can do it sorts of things, but it's actually based on evidence, that we have evidence that what it is that we're doing is having an impact, and that we have the capacity to be able to revise, to be able to shift where it is when we're finding out that we're not having the impact that we think that we're having. There's a lot of courage that is behind that. And collective efficacy really is collective responsibility in action. Again, this idea of collective responsibility has certainly been well researched. I put just a couple of studies up there. But here's the really interesting thing. The collective responsibility and the collective efficacy of teachers has a direct impact on how it is that students achieve. There is a direct through line to all of that.